Good evening, Scorpio. This is David with Tarot and Astrology for All, bringing you your full moon reading and as well as a reading for the next 7 to 8 days. I'm not sure exactly now with it being 101 in the morning. Ooh, maybe 101 is a number that you guys may have been seeing. If so, then the ones on either side are numbers that are calling you to push forward. And they're telling you that basically that zero that's in the middle, that's potential energy that you guys have the ability to use in order to push your guys forward. So, Scorpio, before I begin your guys' reading, I would like to say that I would like to go through my usual spiel. I am an intuit, I am an astrologer, and I am a tarot reader. I use the animal spirit cards, and I also use the Brian Froud fairies, right? And I also use the tarot deck to do all these readings, including yours. And as well as that, I will be looking at your guys' astrology, hopefully after, but don't be surprised if I look at it during as I do your reading. So, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get started with your guys' reading. So, what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go ahead and shuffle. And what I normally do for all the other decks, all the other decks, what I do for all the other signs is I take a look at the bottom card because the bottom card will tell me a lot about what's going on in your situation. It would also let me know a lot of different things that are going on as far as the energy that's present. And if it shows up in the other two cards that I draw, then that means that that's the energy that you guys will have going forward. So, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and shuffle this a couple more times. And then I'll go ahead and cut the deck. And then we'll see what's on the bottom. So, don't be surprised if I don't exactly say what the meaning of the cards are. I know by now you guys probably know what some of the cards mean. And so what I do is I like to intuit what the card is trying to tell me. And sometimes I have visions before I do the readings, but for yours, I haven't had any visions, so it's all good. I mean, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I don't stress it, and neither should you guys. So let's see what comes out at the bottom. Ooh. So you guys have the black egg at the bottom of the deck. And I do feel that a lot of you guys right now, Scorpios specifically, I should say, are speaking your truth. Now, speaking your truth doesn't mean saying what you got to say. Speaking your truth is coming from an authentic place. And when it comes to speaking your truth, this means that you guys are having your throat chakra opened up. And the black egg, it's significant of the throat chakra, which is the fifth chakra, right after the heart. And with the black egg, it's speaking truth. Now, this is truth that you guys have learned through trial and error. This is truth that you guys have learned from experience. This is truth that you guys may have read about. But with the black egg, there's always something. I mean, with any type of egg, there's always something that's starting and or getting ready to start, and it's building up the energy. So I feel like you guys are, in a sense, speaking your truth because there's something that you guys are about to begin, and maybe you guys could be speaking on whatever it is that you guys may be starting soon enough. But regardless of whatever it is, I do feel like you guys are coming from an authentic place, and who better to keep it real than Scorpio, right? All right, so go ahead and shuffle this one more time, and then I'll cut the deck and I'll start drawing your cards. All right, let's see what else we can get as we move forward with your reading. Universe, oh, look at that. So With the lamb, I do feel like there's deep wisdom going on. But with the lamb, I do feel like there's a certain thing that you guys have come to learn. It's something that's allowed you to become stable, and uh, deep down in the center, right there. I don't know if you guys see the colors, but there's the purple, and the purple connects to the third eye chakra. So usually, whenever there is a an opening up of some kind of chakra, like say for instance the throat chakra, the other chakras are usually opened up by that point too, and actually the energy seeks to draw out to each of those chakras. I do feel that to whatever extent you guys have started having your throat chakra opened up, and because you had your heart chakra opened up, and at the same time, because you have your throat chakra starting to open, you're gonna start having your third eye open. Now with the lamb, I always have that feeling with the lamb that like it's necessary for you to listen because there's certain messages that are trying to be given to you by the universe. So with that, the lamb, it in most in most like small towns and villages and stuff like that, lambs have to be taught to be led to the water. They have to be taught to be led to the food. So in a sense, I have a feeling like the universe source is trying to guide you in a certain direction, and so it may be necessary to listen to that voice, listen to your intuition, and once you do that, you'll have the ability to tap into that energy from source, that zero energy that I was talking about. And I do feel like this is the energy that you should be moving forward with. Um, Listening to source, like when source tells you to move. And, source only wants the best for you. So I do feel like maybe you guys shouldn't be fighting this energy. This energy is going to lead you to some type of stability, and it's going to lead you to a type of purity. I mean, not to say that you guys aren't pure already, but it's going to lead you. Oh, look at that! You guys had the beaver fall out. Oh, and the horse in the reverse. Oh, okay. So I do feel like you guys have been okay. Oh, okay. Oh, all right. So you guys have the beaver, and the beaver is one of those hard, industrious workers. I do feel that you guys have a lot of work ahead of you, but I do feel that there's a necessary need to be somewhat playful. The beaver is a playful animal, regardless of how hard it works. I do feel like maybe some of you guys need to connect to nature. Either way, maybe connect to your own element. I've been telling a lot of scientists over the last and yeah, like over the last week, and with the horse energy in the reverse, I do feel like you guys aren't trusting your intuition. And because of this, it's not allowing you to be that powerhouse Scorpio that most others know you guys to be. I do feel like you guys are working towards it either way, but I do feel like there's maybe a little bit of instability going on in your guys' life. And trusting the source, there's that little moon on its forehead. I feel that trusting the source is going to help you to do that because, to one degree or another, you guys are having trouble with maintaining confidence. You guys are having trouble with opening up your emotions, and I do feel that with the stingray in the reverse, you guys are starting to do that. Uh, I do feel like some of you guys are listening to your intuition. You guys have been working on opening up your emotions, and that's why this card has come in the reverse. But I do feel that you guys still have a little bit of work to do before you open up some of those chakras. And I do feel like with it on its head, I do feel that some of you guys may have had your world flipped on its head, possibly. But regardless of whether you guys have had that or not, I do feel like it's necessary to pay attention to the details of your life. not just of your life, but the details of the messages that are coming in to you guys. You guys got two water elements and uh, two earth elements, and you guys you guys both got one earth and one water element upright, and then one earth and one water element in the reverse. So there is some type of like flippity floppity energy here. Some type of energy that's got you ready to listen to source. That's got you ready to listen to whatever messages are coming in. However, I do feel that some of you guys aren't necessarily listening to your intuition just yet. So, you know, take it as that resonates, check what doesn't. Let's see what else comes up. I do feel that maybe in some sense uh, that with the horse, you guys have been trying to move forward, and the energy has been stuck. Usually, the horses have the ability to gallop and to trot to take you to faraway places, right? I do feel that your intuition will have the ability to take you to faraway places. However, I do feel like maybe you guys are shying away from saying whatever it is that you guys feel. Uh, that's why, for instance, you guys may have a lot of work to do in that. And there's a lot of, I do feel that some of you guys have built up certain walls. Beavers, they like to build dams, they like to build walls. So uh, I do feel that some of you guys have built up a wall, a dam, to prevent your emotions from overflowing. And that's what's got you kind of running away from the idea of sharing your emotions. But I do feel like maybe some of you guys need to break those dams down. Those dams have been up for so long, they're leaky now, and it's necessary for you guys to put them down, take them apart, etc. All right, so yes, I do feel like you guys aren't going to be doing any new cycles soon enough. With the feline in the reverse, the feline in the upright, it's about delayed cycles, but it's about finishing what's needed to be finished. And in the reverse, I do feel like there is going to be a little bit of a lag. The feline is showing you that there's still something that you need to learn, Scorpio. And as you're learning this, but remember that you have to connect to source and you have to trust your intuition. The feline with the 5 and the 6 coming out to 11, there's a necessary need to listen to your conscience, or your consciousness, I should say. Um, a lot of people have the wrong idea of the conscious and the subconscious. I do feel like you guys are a lot, uh, are stuck a lot in your subconscious. Um, Not just your subconscious, but you guys are stuck in your thoughts. Um, you guys are not really paying too much attention to your conscious mind because your conscious mind is what's carrying these emotions. And I do feel that sometimes you guys move away from your conscious mind by trying to stay busy, right? And so, as you guys try to stay busy, you guys busy yourselves with too many things, not giving yourselves enough time to think about whatever it is that you guys need to think about in order to, get over whatever these feelings are, to say what needs to be said about your feelings, and to end this cycle. Because look at, you guys may have forgotten your dreams to whatever extent, but the retriever, has not forgotten your dreams. He's holding it. He hasn't said anything, of course. He's waiting for you to come back and take it from his hand. But, you know, the retriever, he speaks about holding on to your dreams even as your ideas of what your dreams are change. He holds the original idea. And so I do feel that to some extent, some of you guys may have to return back to your original idea. And, returning back to your original idea may in one sense, invoke the feeling of going back, to the past. But this is only delving into the past to see what your original idea is. It's not dwelling in the past. So let's see what else comes through. Hmm. And Ibe the retriever, he's he's always there. He's always there in the background. He never leaves. He just doesn't say anything. He's got that little ball right here to his throat, and he's letting you know. He communicates through telepathy, through those little antenna on his ear, on his heads, that he's telling you, I haven't forgot. I haven't forgot. Okay, Lazguna. I do feel that some of you guys, to one degree or another, are starting to get over boredom, because with this, it's about too much time on your hands. Lazguna, it's all about like feeling bored, and for some of you guys, I do feel that like you guys have gotten bored, but I do feel that a lot of you guys are getting over that boredom. And I want to go ahead and go to the book just to make sure that I got the right idea. Don't want to give you guys um, the wrong. Oh, okay, okay. All right. So I do feel that some of you guys may have, yeah, yeah, exactly. Some of you guys may have gotten bored, but it's this card, in a sense, it's all about adventure. And so with this card, in the reverse, I do feel like maybe it's necessary for you guys to go on an adventure. Um, Instead of running away and running away and running away and running away, as the horse tends to do when the energy is imbalanced, I feel that it's necessary for you guys to go on an adventure, and that's exactly what the horse is telling you uh, to do. But with it in the reverse, you guys just keep running away. And I do feel that there's treasure to be found out there, guys. There's treasure all over the place. There's treasure all over the world. One person's trash is another man's treasure. You can find it, or you can go to a lake and maybe find something right there on the shore. You can go into the how about that? You can go into the forest, and in the forest, you might find some shiny object. Something that's just been sitting there waiting for somebody to pick up. And sometimes, that could be an object that the universe has left behind for you to pick up, because i- in whatever way, somebody had dropped it, but somebody may not need it no more. And so one man's left behind uh, object could be another man's treasure. And I do feel that to one extent or another, for some of you guys, a very small number of you, that could be the possibility. So for those of you guys who go out into the woods and happen to find some kind of treasure, maybe it's some kind of treasure that has some writing on it, maybe a special message, a message that you need to hear, could appear somewhere out in the forest. Now, for those of you who do find something out in the forest, please let me know. That'd be pretty interesting. All right. All right, so all right, you Scorpios are, for some of you Scorpios, you guys tend to be by yourselves. You guys tend to be secluded. Scorpio is a very deep sign, and you guys tend to keep to yourselves. You guys are the ones that like the taboo stuff, and in a sense, for those of you that like the taboo stuff, that could draw other people away from you. So I do feel that some of you guys may have like put that mask back on, so that you guys can go out into public, or so that you guys could like uh, give off that persona like you're confident. But I do feel that this mask is not necessary to wear. You know, there's a necessary need for you guys to really think about this. It's going to take hard work in order to get that energy that you need in order to come from an authentic place. I do feel that some of you guys are coming from an authentic place, and uh, maybe you guys are speaking about your dreams. Maybe you guys are speaking about um, your dream, not just your dreams, but your visions, your aspirations. I do feel that it's necessary for you guys to pay attention to your dreams with Lasguna, regardless of whether it's upside down or in reverse. And I do feel that it's necessary for you guys to pay attention to these dreams because they could be giving you information. They could be giving you. Uh, I mean, like, and a good example is that the dreams that I used to have, not too long, not too far back, were dreams about coding, and these codes they actually allowed me to see certain situations and understand it from a code perspective, and it allowed me to put pieces together and allowed me to figure out what's going on and how to move through it. So I feel that your dreams are going to offer you the same thing. They're going to offer you answers. They're going to offer you clues in how to navigate this energy and how to turn that energy of the horse upright so that you can go on that adventure uh, and find this treasure. I do feel like maybe some of you guys have been trying to find this treasure on the inside, but this treasure is somewhere out there, guys. This treasure could be another person. This treasure could be an item. This treasure could be a thought and or a conversation of some sort. And Ibe the retriever, he's like, hey, I want to go with you. I'll hold on to whatever dream you have while you go on this adventure, and I'll just be right there. I won't interfere. Yeah. See, you guys aren't trying to allow the energy of the universe to come in, but I do feel like you guys can, and you guys are blocking your happiness by not doing so. Just saying, because you guys got excesses at the bottom, but there is hope, guys. There is hope, and through this hope, you'll have the ability um, to change your future. But I do feel like first you guys have to connect to your wisdom. You guys have to connect to intuition. You guys gotta have self love for yourself, and you guys gotta have compassion for yourselves. That's the only way that you guys are going to reach this level of ecstasy. It's a level of pure bliss. I do feel that to whatever extent, once you actually do go on this adventure, you'll have the ability to access this bliss right away. You know, the going on adventures, they're actually very fun, guys. As scary as you guys might think they might be, they're very fun, Scorpios. And Scorpio, you guys have a lot of passion behind you. So whenever you guys go on this adventure, you guys can connect to the spirits. You guys can connect to the not just the spirits that abound in like the forest and stuff like that, but you guys have the ability to connect to the animal spirits. Some of you guys may have animals who interact with you on a daily basis, and it might feel like you guys know exactly what they're trying to tell you, um, and they're not even communicating in English. They're communicating through their body language, through the way they look at you, maybe even telepathically, and you guys might not be paying attention. But regardless, I do feel that you guys are going to need to pay more attention to those little details. And as you pay attention to those little details, you'll start finding out that the universe is sending you messages. And throughout this time, especially through these portals that are open, um, you guys are going to be having the ability to connect to the spirits, to the other side. For those of you who are tarot readers, for those of you who are uh, divinators of whatever kind, you guys will have this ability to connect to the other side. You might be able to connect to the ancient spirits, to the ancient dragons and stuff like that too, or the energy of the dragons. You guys might be able to call dragon shields onto yourselves. Shields of white light, shields of gold light, whatever it is that you guys wish to call. You guys have the ability to call on that energy and use it to your advantage. So let's see what else pops up. Yeah, see, it's not surprising that the tower came in the reverse, and it's right under the feline. There are certain things that you guys have to get over first. Certain things that you guys have to learn. Certain energies that you guys have to connect to. Certain masks that you guys have to take off. And this boredom right here, that's the main thing that catches my eye. I do feel like you guys are bored of probably the fact that you guys haven't been able to move forward, or that you guys just keep running away from situations that have the possibility of of raising certain opportunities for you. And I do feel that to whatever extent you guys feel like the universe is not there, like maybe the universe should hand you these opportunities on a silver platter. But the universe will never hand anything that's not asked for. Of course. Oh, okay, so with the Ace of Cups in the reverse, I do feel like you guys feel like there's no okay. With this card in the upright, it usually speaks of a download of some kind. It speaks of overflowing emotions. It speaks of a cup that runneth over, right? But with it in the reverse, I do feel like there's a necessary need to offer up your the whatever these emotions are that you guys have been suffering with. I do feel that if you ask the universe to heal these things for you, that the universe will come in and heal it for you. But you have to ask in the right frequency. You have to ask in the energy, or you have to ask in the language that the universe understands, and that's energy, frequency, and vibration. So as you guys raise your vibration, do some meditation, do some qigong, do some tai chi, whatever it is that you guys normally engage in. I feel that if you guys do that, or even just sit there and clear your mind for a second and just allow for random messages to come through, you guys will have the ability to upload whatever it is that you guys want in terms of what you want manifested in your life, and then act as if it's already there. That's the key. And if you act as if it's already there, then you have the ability to manifest it into your reality, and oh, oh, and create that stability. I do feel that you guys are. I mean, maybe you guys have a little bit of stability right now, some of you guys, and that's what's got you feeling bored. But don't let the complacency of, being in a stable position right now keep you there. I do feel like you guys need to work in order to build upon whatever it is that you guys are stable in right now, and that'll allow you to build even more stability, an even greater amount of abundance, and allow you guys to be able to share that abundance with others, because that's what the universe wants from you guys, from all of us actually. Now, I do feel that with this card, there is the tendency to be a little bit bullheaded, a little bit stubborn. That's the energy of Taurus. I do feel that maybe some of you guys are bored with the Taurus. Maybe some of you guys have been dealing with the Taurus. Either way, oh, look at that. I do feel that you guys have. Oh, look at this. Okay, so You guys have. I do feel like you guys have been struggling with receiving hmm. You guys have been struggling with trusting your intuition. You guys have been on the lookout. You know, you guys have kind of kept your mask on, but you guys have been on the lookout with the Page of Swords. I do feel like maybe you guys are expecting some kind of news, and or maybe expecting some kind of messages because with the Page of Swords, you know, it's about thoughts, it's about the mind, it's a mental realm, and with these two cards, I do feel like there is, you know, stability that you guys have right now to one extent or another, and you guys are struggling with kind of like pushing yourselves forward, is what I'm getting, especially with the beaver coming up. I do feel that you guys are able to push yourselves more forward, but to one extent or another, every time the opportunity starts to present itself, you guys don't trust it, and then boom, y'all run away from it. So I do feel that there's a necessary need to break out of that mold. Some of you guys could be dealing um, with a soulmate connection. Some of you guys may be just dealing with the commitment of, you know, staying stable or staying in the same place that you guys are in. Not moving forward, obviously, because you guys have the Ace of Wands in the reverse. And with this Mercury retrograde, I'm not surprised that the King of Swords is right there at the bottom in the reverse, as well as the Page of Swords all the way at the bottom of these cards. So, I, in some way, I do feel like some of you guys are expecting some news, but with the Page of Wands in the reverse and the Page of Swords in the upright, some of you guys might be expecting some bad news. I don't see why you guys would be expecting any bad news. I don't see anything here that says that there is any bad news coming in. Maybe some of you guys are dealing with a court situation. There is going to be news coming in, guys. Some of you guys may have been struggling with believing that the universe is trying to help you. And it could be that you guys have been suffering with this court case, because usually the King of Swords is about the law, is it is about business also. So some of you guys might be sitting stable with the business. Some of you guys that don't have a business may be dealing with a legal situation, some kind of court, some kind of family issue. That's all I'm getting from there. I do feel that to whatever extent this could be a court issue having to do with the loved one. Maybe a court issue that's not moving forward. Maybe this is what's got you guys with the Ace of Cups in the reverse. And of course, since you guys are going through a court case that maybe hasn't ended just yet, that's the reason why you guys got the Tower and the Feline, and you guys are. I do feel like this energy is a lot of waiting. You maybe it could be possible that you guys have gotten bored with the situation. You guys just want the situation to be over. Maybe you guys were stressing about it for a while, and you know now you guys are just ready for it to be over. You guys just want it done, said and over with. Um, it could be possible that you guys are that you guys have been struggling with this. You know, some decision was made, and then all of a sudden a different decision is made, and now you know there's a possibility of this soulmate connection, this lover, whoever it is, coming to you, and you guys haven't been able to make any moves forward because you guys are waiting for this person to join you once more in order for you guys to be able to move forward. So, with that, I'm gonna go ahead and go to your guys' astrology. Let's see, Scorpio. Scorpio, you've had Mars going through your 12th house of Libra. So, with Mars going through your 12th house in Libra, maybe you guys have been trapped by a certain relationship, or you guys have been feeling trapped within a certain relationship. Maybe somebody in a relationship has been locked up. The 12th house is usually indicative of hospitals and prisons, institutions like asylums and stuff like that, or any basically any large institution. And of course, jails are an institution, right? And so, with Mars going into your first house, I do feel like maybe the energy is going to be shifting from that into into your type of energy, where you guys are going to be standing in your power. You guys have Mars going in retrograde in your sign, and you guys have had it going in your sign for over a month now. You guys have had it going retrograde in your sign for 3 weeks, and you guys are gonna have it retrograde uh, today and tomorrow. It's gonna go. It's gonna go station direct tomorrow, and then hopefully by the 21st is when we start seeing it move forward. And with both Mars and Mercury in your first house, you guys are gonna be pretty powerful. Of course, you guys got the sun there too, and the sun's been in there for almost a month now. So, with all three of those moving forward in your sign, you guys are going to be presenting as very powerful. You guys are going to be presenting as in your own element. And for those of you guys who have Mars and Pluto in there, you guys have had Mercury, going back and forth, and this is presenting you that energy with things that you could do, things that you can move forward with. That 101 is now not really too much of a coincidence. This is energy that's allowing you to know that pretty soon it's going to be time to move forward. And you guys have had Jupiter and Venus going through your second house of Sagittarius. You guys may have had a fun way of showing who you are, showing what you're worth. For any of you guys who have planets in Sagittarius, these planets have been hit by Venus and by Jupiter, so you guys may have had some very good luck. You guys may have had the ability to see the beauty in life, to take the beauty on as if it's your own. And at the same time, with Pluto and Saturn in your third house, you guys may have been removing a lot of things that don't need to be in your life anymore. Maybe certain thoughts, certain ideas, certain mentalities. Because the third house is not just a house of communication, but it's a house of Gemini, right? Gemini rules the third house. Mars rules the third house, and so I do feel that with the third house being in Capricorn for you guys, that you guys have been getting rid of a lot of different things that haven't been allowing you to build, and you guys are now steadily building towards success. You guys have been building certain things in your life. This energy is going to be there for a while. You guys are going to be building and building and building and building, but you guys are going to be doing a lot of communication. You guys are going to be talking about a lot of different things that you may want to build, a lot of different things that you may want to create, right? And a lot of different things that you guys may want to organize. So, with that, there you guys have Neptune in your fifth house in Pisces. So there might be a lot of dreams that you guys are trying to build towards. Um, I do feel that you guys um, are trying to create fun. Maybe the road to fun is a little bit foggy for you guys, but I do feel that there's a certain fun that you guys have been building around certain spiritual things. Maybe through the use of astrology, maybe through the use of tarot, maybe through the use of sigils, stuff like that. I I do feel that that these are things that are going to help you come to a certain awareness about various different things in your life on a day-to-day basis, and there are certain things that are going to be coming up uh, on a daily basis that remind you of certain things that may have happened in the past. However, these things are there to help you to come to a new awareness of the various different things that happen in life. And I do feel that if some of you guys are divinators, through the use of tarot readings and stuff like that on a daily basis, you guys are going to come to a certain a certain level of consciousness, and this certain level of consciousness is what's going to help you to come up with these new ideas that have the ability to generate a lot of money for you and for your loved ones. Because you guys have Uranus in Taurus in the second house. I mean, in your seventh house of relationships. Taurus is the sign of following the money. It's also a sign of stability. It's also the sign of stubbornness. So I do feel that to whatever extent, this energy right here with the King of Pentacles is going to be playing a big part. I do feel like if you guys don't have stability just yet, you guys will be gaining stability. And through the stability, you guys will be able to end certain cycles. You guys will be able to gain that bliss that you guys are looking for. And finally, you guys can stop running from whatever these problems are that you didn't want to face on your own. With Uranus in the seventh house, though, there's a certain unique flair that you can bring to your relationships, and this will allow you to be able to create that fun in your relationships that maybe you didn't have in the past, uh, or create that those unexpected things, those uncertain things that those unexpected ways of making money. Of course, I do feel that a lot of you guys are focusing in on your dreams, more specifically because you have the North Node in your ninth house of Cancer. And some of you guys might be trusting your intuition already. But one thing I find is that the energy from Neptune is in a loose trine to the energy to the North Node in Cancer. And of course, you guys have that trine with Mercury. So there's a grand trine going on right now, a loose grand trine, but still a grand trine nonetheless, between Mercury, the North Node, and Neptune. So there's a lot of energy going towards your dreams, towards your visions, towards your aspirations. And I do feel that you guys are having a little bit of a trouble, trying to bring those two together because you guys have Pluto and Saturn opposite your North Node, which means that your South Node is conjoined Pluto and Saturn right now. Very loosely, I should say, but you guys are gonna have that feeling like you want to go back to the past, like you guys want to engage in your old in the old ways that maybe you guys may have engaged in before. But regardless, I do want to say that you guys need to balance this energy out and bring it out to the center, and this will allow you to be able uh, to sit calmly in the middle. And being able to sit calmly in the middle will allow you to be able to tune in to those messages from source that are coming in from the lamb, right? And I say dreams a lot because I've the retriever. He holds on to your dreams. He holds on to your aspirations, right? So with that, I do feel that Ive is sitting there for a good reason. He's not there just to be there. He's holding on to something that maybe you may have forgotten about, maybe something that you may have lost. And I do feel that to whatever degree, this is going to help you out a lot. With the moon, and the last thing I'll go ahead and say is that with the moon in your 10th house, some of you guys might be looking towards work, or maybe some of you guys may feel like you want to work, but these feelings might change soon enough within this next day. And you guys may be focusing more on the details of how you feel and what you're feeling and how to communicate that. So, with that being said, I do feel that you guys are going to be gaining some kind of courage to say your emotions, especially with the moon in Leo, because Leo's all about courage. Leo's all about strength, right? So I do feel that you guys are going to be gaining a certain strength to be able to release your feelings, to talk about your feelings, to break that wall down, and doing this would actually allow you to be able to tune into not just this messages, not just to tune in to the messages of source, but also to drop this mask completely, right? And at the same time, not be so anxious about what happens after you drop that mask, and at the same time, being able to express whatever it is that you guys need to express without having to hide or without having to run or anything like that. So, with that, that brings me to the end of your reading, Scorpio. I hope you guys resonated with it, and I hope that the information provided here has been very useful to you guys. I'm going right back to my old ways and going right back to 45 minutes. I am so sorry, guys, but there was a lot of information that needed to be passed on. This is, I do believe that some of this information was from the previous week too. So, the previous lunar cycle too, meaning the new moons. So, with that, I would like to go ahead and end this reading. I hope you guys resonate with it. Please go ahead, hit that thumbs up, right? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button down there too. Hit the notification bell next to that or somewhere over here so that you guys can be notified of any new readings that I do. And at the same time, I hope that you guys will tune in to the next videos that I do. I will do one live video here in the morning. Sorry that I didn't get to it tonight. There was a lot of things that I had to do, but since I've gotten all these readings out of the way, I will go ahead and do a reading tomorrow morning, hopefully around 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock, give or take, a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So go ahead and adjust your guys' time for that, and be ready for it. Of course, with this, I want to go ahead and close it up. You guys have a lot of dreams, a lot of aspirations. The retriever, has not forgotten them, and he's going to help you to remember what these dreams are so that you guys can complete these cycles and you guys can reach that total bliss and that happiness and actually look forward to the future with hope, with passion, and being able to trust your intuition so that you guys don't get bored ever again. So, with that, I am David with Tarot and Astrology for All, wishing you guys a very good night. Yeah, I'm kind of tired. All right. Good night, guys.